Samini ene Shatta ene eku Stone ebemu na one Shatta ya adamfo a
maybe a Samini experience yi
Samini experience ne Shattabration
that's Stonebwoy I call Shattabration eja
because Samini was even supposed to headline Beam Fest at 10 of which they rejected or he rejected.
You don't know these streets like we do.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Streeters Watching. This is our editorial. My name is DJ Slim. This editorial is proudly brought to you by 3ws.mybet.africa. See, when you ubedi udinswa in a more professional and digital way. Aqua Bloom in our time, so Papa, and the city will also. In a more professional way. 2026. Unumunsu ana unumunsu. Unumunsu ana unumunsu.
One with minerals and also one without minerals.
In a more professional way.
Yeah, it's me my drum for.
I would try.
Yeah. Drum, yeah.
I'll be try this year. This year we came in peace.
Peace.
Amen.
Peace, love, and harmony this year. Give up company for me church and baby will be a my mom happy new year. In Shanka Mosamu my energy Brunya and my and Sapapa my no me. When some of the producers of Have a Freak, Madingo, Castle Bridge, your Takai wo your Chevrolet Premium Brandy. And I come for mama say Brunya and I am for being a hampers. A man for the year hampers in our terms senior man for this be quiet mom. It's me so Unima. Now you know, the womb give her Sapapa, Jibina Fe was so faji Brunya yi. Hey, we see Brunya. New Year.
There's a Brunya there.
Brunya no.
Ready
Contempt too quick.
There's a Brunya because I remember 1 week. 1 week, but briefly in economy. And that yatras no na issues are about on entertainment and they bro now. There's one account on social media and post to a video way of a gentleman by the name Gray. Na Gray in Sema Okano very technical kakra. Na the entire technical na say a borders on relationship between two artists. Bako Efre Bako Godfather and Bako a godson. What is a godson Godfather situation. Stonebwoy and Samini asem and all came. Now, in some episode, before we watch the video, it just borders on the involvement of Shatta in the two of them a year or more anafofa. That is a year Samini and Stonebwoy anafofa. Se no, opinion Shatta edin hu ababeka anafofa a ho ena abranti ne how ni na wo na ogidi anaso susu se saade we yatima kosuyi. Chese Samini onye leader. Samini nye obi a was a Stonebwoy friend a Godfather. Who say in Sembi or yes Shatta etimi bie na no katre Samini a wasn't based on that alone. If say Samini were values be who do values be based on that alone kwe ni sen ko ne Shatta cry free beam. But in some no enyeme na mekan yinti no patcho yenhwe nipa kro kan na itie wi aya bana mpanyifo so apapam e wa se yenhwemra.
Hi folks, my name is Gray. This is going to take a few minutes and I hope it's worth the listen. Yeah, lately I have been thinking about how we define values in this society, what we tolerate, what we excuse, what we choose to rise above, sometimes in our desire to create peace, convenience, or to have that public approval that probably we seek or validation that we seek. Now, take for example this issue of Samini, Stonebwoy, and Shatta. And let me say this emphatically. If I were to be Stonebwoy or in Stonebwoy's position, I would seriously reconsider referring to Samini as my father in the game or maintaining any symbolic association with him. And this is not out of spite. Honestly, this is not out of spite, but this is just out of principle for me. A few years ago, we were all here when Samini and Shatta had a feud. Now, Shatta dragged Samini's mother into the conflict And we all knew that this conflict was because of the music, or because of the music they were doing. So Shatawale dragged Samini's mother into this conflict and raised so much attack on the woman. You understand? But this kind of attack goes beyond music rivalry for me, because once you drag my mother into a conflict that you and I are having because of music, then it goes beyond music. Yeah, it touches the very basis of human decency, and Shatawale obviously lacks this. Now, what troubles me here is that how Samini was able to overlook such an insult on his mother and is able to share a public stage with Shatawale, the same person that insulted your mother some years back. And for me, once you insult my mother, that ends it for me and you. Like, I don't think it can be repaired. But you see, what message does Samini send to the public? You see, that you do not have self-respect for yourself, you do not have boundaries, and you do not have values. That is the clear message Samini is sending to the public. And I know that many of us lack this principle or lack values, so we do not see it as a problem, right? Now, even those who label Stonebwoy as being pretentious, sometimes I wonder what they mean. Because, see, I cannot come back to a stage with somebody who clearly insults my mom and you tell me somebody else who doesn't want to do it is pretending. You see, now to me, Samini is not a leader and he's not a father, especially in the creative space, because anything or any friendship between two people must be rooted in dignity. So if Shatawale does not have dignity to the point where he rubs the decency of your mom in the mud, and you come back and share a stage with Samini or Shatawale, then it means that you have value problems. You do not have principles. You lack values. And that is for me as a clear sign that Stonebwoy must stay away from this kind of people. And this is not about forgiveness or anything. If God had forgiven the devil will still be in heaven by now. So let nobody bring that shit of telling me that they should forgive one another and move on. Some things are no-go areas. We're in the same country where Shatawale slandered Stonebwoy, saying that Stonebwoy killed his mother, or unalived his mother, so some of these things are purely things we should take seriously and not take lightly, because as a human being you must have some amount of decency, some amount of dignity, and some boundaries and values. But you see, the greater population or the greater percentage of this fan base lack such vital virtues, so everything goes, and they come up on social media and make, excuse my language, useless arguments about these artists. And back to my submission, I'm saying clearly, if I were in Stonebwoy's shoes, I would stop owing allegiance to Samini. I would not associate with Samini. I would stay far from him, because if you tell me that my father can go into my enemy's house and dine with them, then it means that my father is just like my enemy. And because of that, I would have no association with him anymore. And that ends it. This is not about pretense. This is not about acting like I am not who I am. It's a simple principle or logic that people must come to understand.
Welcome back. Now we've heard from the horse. This is from the horse's
own mouth.
With that being said, Menka said
he's a horse.
He's a horse.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Quick, briefly. Also,
real quick. I think or say if I were or I was Stonebwoy. So we establish the fact that he is not Stonebwoy. It's just his opinion. But there are some facts in there true. There are certain things if you cross a certain line with that person, that is it. And I can tell you emphatically from interviews at Stonebwoy. I think there's one interview at Stonebwoy. All of a sudden, he just went off and went hard at Shatawale. especially for the fact that Shatta speculated say onana or offer ne mame.
Yeah.
Any idea he went off. So it's one of the lines that you can clearly see. Say if you cross with Stone, you've crossed that line. And me, I sit here and I say it's part of the reasons why ABR, the two parties are not close. But to bring Samini into the picture, first and foremost, Samini is the artist or throw more light on Stonebwoy. That one we can't run away from that. And for somebody to do that for you, it will take something to the extreme to boldly come and say you want to de-associate yourself from that person.
Yeah.
Because the career nano, like it got sparked and I say it sparked from one person. I say I don't want to give an example, but I say Slim ne Obi.
Slim and a paluta.
But they are going.
And I know.
Pacho.
Sorry.
Yeah, going.
Man can you kula.
Mama mentan baby and Jimen Mr. Moa. With us young queen.
So with that being said, no, a bad day. What he's saying it there, he has facts. But secondly, so we know we know Shatta Wale to be somebody who would sometimes, and most of the times, come back to apologize for some of the deeds. I've seen some before. I remember when Dampare called for the creative arts to meet police headquarters. There was an incident like that. Shatta was there, Stonebwoy was there. I was there with a couple of people. Shatta did something. They took him back. They got angry, they took him back. He came back to apologize. And we've seen even in recent times, RNAQ.
Captain. 3 piece. Agbadano. Shatta koto yedo. Okura sisi.
So I am forced to believe, say ABR, there's been a backdoor conversation now. ABR Shatta has been able to apologize to Samini from some of the ill sayings or catcher, when the two of them were at loggerheads near the idea. But when it comes to Stonebwoy and Samini, 2025, Nyamami Hun said there's peace between the two of them. Two instances.
Okay.
The first instance was the interview as Samini Koye or Hits FM Wakasi on the 24th night now. Everybody can do a show. Obetima about Samini experience, no about Beam Festival, no entry. That was the first one. The second one is the fact that Stonebwoy has been featured 2 times
on the Samini's
new project. So you can't tell me, say, ABR there's fight between the two of them. The other aspect of Onoka say Samini shouldn't be called grandpapa and given all of those accolades. No. I don't know why. Whether we like it or not, Samini pushed Stonebwoy out into our faces.
Yeah.
Whether we like it or not, there's been features via Samini and Stonebwoy
iconic.
You can't discredit all of that. It takes certain level of people. No to me, yes, I am. And this matter, I feel that I'm putting it to rest. The two artists are doing their things differently. If the grand scale of things, no, Stonebwoy is looking at somewhere, Samini is also looking at somewhere. The audience might change. Stonebwoy, as you see, is looking for a certain group of people and focus. Target audience. Yeah, Samini too, with his age, the type of people, and so there's no challenge. It's like two worlds apart. What the sign same way now, and we'll have people say certain things, but as it stands, down, Stonebwoy here be from Samini and Samini here be from Stonebwoy and do you get it?
What basis and how can I so here be asking how?
As in, does Stonebwoy still need that initial pusher? Samini the man or no? Does he need it?
At this point, I don't think so. But there are some access points that OG still holds.
Yeah.
Access we has still an OG that's who hold.
Yeah, so we shouldn't try to close those doors.
Exactly.
That's my thing. We shouldn't try to close any door. Me, my own is, if it was Stonebwoy Shatta, I have a lot to say.
But Stone Samini.
I don't want to be. I don't want to wear the kappa. I said Merifi at the end. That's what I'm always referencing and say one mano like or the natural. And let's not forget that Stonebwoy too had to put in the work to become who he is right now.
Most definitely.
It's not because Samini, But one for Jumana Shemwa own Juano. Samini introduced this. Is it Dion Boate or Boache? One guy. Dion. Like what is saying?
Dion, mini papa.
Like what is saying? Samini introduced Kenata.
Oko.
Stonebwoy. Oko. Any other there. So I don't want us to be forgetful. Just in that regard. Mema obi high life MSL or reggae.
I was I didn't to set loyalty. That's the whole thing. Because among for so Anglo move free by the fact say Stonebwoy inherited this whole Shatawale vibe. This whole Shatawale. Nina was because of Samini. And I had a video and an interview of Stonebwoy and Walker say, or shared the way and not Samini, like the kind of like I said, their working relationship, how close they were and how he was helping him. No, say me boss paying.
Yeah.
Na Samini yeah, Juma number who say obi. Sebe ene wo nya banta but obviously me so meta wachi na ya den. So at me ma wani mu ngwase. And a Stonebwoy kukuru ntokwa yi.
And I'll share.
And we disinity.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Afei ekodu echiri a. Na say ye jan ntokwa yi. Wo abodwe hye. And I message shom na me ko se nsu aba. Afei wo si mamba wo jam. And we jan ntokwa yi mu e de ma Stonebwoy na sisi ntokwa yi hye. Stonebwoy kon.
Sisi ebusa crisis here say why are you fighting her?
What's I'm saying?
It's because this guy is shorter, but there two of them are free now.
And you know, I don't know, money probably Phil said, nah, you are the reason why Stonebwoy is doing this whole vibe with Shatawale. Nafe bibi ni krana. Even if it gets to a stage in a person's life, you know, things change. You know, you want to be okay, like you just want to have your peace of mind with everybody. But to me, you know, still, no, let's know where your loyalty lies. Let me even shift.
And also in the dancehall music genre.
Let me know.
Loyalty is a big thing.
Yeah. It's a big thing. Now, let me even take, for example, Samini first. Yeah, of course, nanu. I saw Akweya and the belt atiti. Your friend is saying Jupiter. Insulting.
Justice for Jupiter. Justice for Jupiter.
Now, I'm talking about the man. Insulting your friend is saying Stonebwoy, calling him bumbleclat on the platform. Basically, in the cry, I expected Samini say, Ebia, he will say something. Call out, say, oh, Ebia, say, Adia, say, I don't condone it. It wasn't nice. I expect him to do that because that wasn't cool. So, Obejina or platform, so Stonebwoy and show ya oba. So what I say, send me a big because me the baby because we were meaning, but near mama you who are bontain no say you are cool. Who be say way I'll say, oh, me nim problem be away in terms. So far we are good. That's what they make us believe. And somebody stood on your platform.
On your stage.
And then publicly disrespected Stonebwoy. Because me name is Stonebwoy not the first person I say Samini Edibai. I don't know. I stand to be correct.
I think Stone should be the first artist or the
first successful.
Successful. My fan is that because other than Stonebwoy,
no,
yes, Stonebwoy by Ansana Kenata Eba. Kaki.
Okay, but Kaki was signed to JMG, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but Kaki was after Stonebwoy because Stone was also writing for Kaki.
Okay.
Kakito.
So, at least that loyalty there, I expect say it should be there. I understand, say, Abia, right now, no, you want peace, you don't want cake. When baby, we don't know, like you've achieved your legendary status. I respect him for that. Wabua nipa bebre industry. I respect him for that. But nyamienim no kreni. I feel said. I don't know, Samini maye hu baby and the loyalty lies because somebody somebody has, you know, somebody that has shown support. Obi awe show support to you like that. Any obi asebi aye ya o ma me nyina dia e dia ka ho. Na asesi ade we twa as a Stonebwoy, meaning say omu problem there, but to allow that, to me, dear, personally, dear, but Godfather, it doesn't, sit well. But this also goes, a long way to, we are all learning, right?
Yeah.
Me, one thing I may say free idea we and say, sometimes, Jaya man for no one go on talk. And what you been talking.
True.
Sometimes, because, told me be sometimes feel say, oh yeah, we are my downfall. If I see say be obini zeal, they don't fuck with each other. Yes, maybe probably because I am loyal to you, maybe I might not really fuck with you. But I know so interested. Maybe the front line, no. Ekutruku bo na ye ja asentokwa imu mawa. Ebi ano no ku ntokwa no kura ni ko mu bo. Wo po obi eja ntokwa na hye no. Uba ya pe. Boss, my
but you see, if you are to go by this statement, and so like my name clear.
No, why
different?
What she's talking about is extremely different.
I get it, but if KJ is fighting, let's say 6, now me who say KJ to me 6.
Now who is a bit
to me 6 I need to help KJ.
So assembly Kechi is speaking on one direction of it. Now, to make the whole case clearer, yes, switching a pair. So imagine if it was a year Samini and a Shatter and Echo, and then Stone ebemu na one Shatter ya Adam for. How would it be like?
That card we played.
That time
that card we played.
One Samini jinemuno, Shatter ne Samini jinemuno, and a Stonebwoy.
With the stone and can't you, but one Shatter you could drop on you together.
Maybe a Samini experience.
A Samini experience ne Shatterbration.
That's Stonebwoy. I call Shatterbration eja.
Carbon, nice switch.
Assembly no so o ten ne ketua bia asa e ho no but the tia say opanyini enni for
penny area na nsu asa
but no che say bia omnipolitan ko more politan pa dia
isu be wo
maybe area we still na it will be bree buma obi as maybe case na ne tintin ne titia hinges on the word loyalty. And the loyalty people believe should be a 2-street road.
Yeah.
It was a corner saba. It should be on a 2-street level. So, sabako corner bako ama. A honor argument in now. A man for problem. And I feel I can feel the frustration in the guy's voice. As or narrative at the end say, at what point, only Stonebwoy nya problem and over what? And magnitude of problem no na den is it bigger than somebody insulting your mother? What you say? When I frustration you know. Yo yet ya say only some Samini any Stonebwoy bit manya problem. But a shooting akwana that be no did whatever did you mami atem. Has Stonebwoy gone to that extreme? If not, why say in the heat of the moment or in the heat of the beef that was inherited from you, you switch sides and then you are now dining with a Shatter. That is the guy's frustration. To me, to say the American, you get to a point in life. To say the you get to a point in life, you choose peace over everything. Samini, I believe. And from the actions, I mean, who they say that is where he's gotten to.
Yeah.
So I drew that level. Hey, I do cry. Who here? You OP2 near yes Hadian. But the in recent time, and Chebia, and on the massassin we say a little bit dicey when he moved to Stonebwoy unprovoked. This is just last year. When fans of Beam fans. And umpono, na questionable because social media handle nowadays judge being a fan of an artist enya de wo die ne mu mpo wotwi nipa moja wunhu se we oye sack nation na we see so obia betimi afa label fufuro bi ato no ho so e de akodi nkwase asem when supposed our alleged fans of Bim moved to Samini on the TL on X or start to rant be etoto so like you can adwin using and you look at it and it's like oh senior
I still don't understand why
exactly
for the caliber of person Samini here he will respond to
a social media user and then mention Stonebwoy. Say I blame Stonebwoy. Why are you blaming him? Who blame you? So why they?
Maybe we're underground and so they should just come out and let us know.
And entina akwane say, "Oh there's asem ben kuana Stone akacha na dem no why ye." Amana ye o ya to the extent to say you rather choose to dine with the enemy than to dine with him. Because I can sit here and boldly say that Anomabi a respect for Amasun. Emma Mete say Samini was even supposed to headline Beam Fest at 10.
Oh.
Of which they rejected or he rejected. Because 10 years down the line, a brand that you raised 10 years down the line should have been a timer meant for celebration.
Yeah.
But nini na no ebetimi ayampa ebetimi ayentro. Asema a woman a woman and I struggle to get it is on the surface we can see say omu cool. But deep down bibi timi siketua bia enya ade bia a warranty a year and then you see Samini reacting to it. So what happened to the patience and the peace that you've chosen?
Yeah.
And now you rather go hard on your son than an outsider. What I say? Me bo me ba because why me band me tiano. But abontinsu ni the ode nya hwe onfa the musu nko. Is that the type of approach? But anyway, chire ye disi asi for now. Chire disi ha. Because as same way, the more you pull it from every angle, it is never looking good for Samini.
Never.
It is never looking good for Samini. Minim angular obetwe free unless we are provided with better and further particulars. Yeah, if you are provided with better and further particulars, you bet man hey. And you say any dia. And you say Papa Samini ejina oha. But until then
but is maybe it is just for the moment. Maybe it was just like as everybody would do.
Because
traction for the show, no.
No, but Unim said this is not the first time as Samini initial Kambo. They've even have a song celebration. Omo Kambo mu before a drop celebration. But na unia inconsistency no na kicking in. A kicking in now so live na obese the Samini atembie. But ni nyina echi no timi de chew. So what exactly? Charlie young fancy say. Just come into the comment section. And let us know side ujina.
Yeah.
And your 2 cents on this whole issue. Do you believe say I was say Stonebwoy Koswa holding high esteem Samini as his godfather? And I say it's high time I'll be cut umbilical cord no. Sani friend no.
Yeah.
Umbilical cord. From who's also ucha etotwene.
Yeah, man scissors.
I man scissors no fanya in a more professional way. Just share your thoughts in the comment section. And most importantly, keep it real. Because street, it's always
watch it.
You don't know these streets like we do.
We